Great. I'm thrilled to be here with Dorian Marko from Auddict. Over the last couple of years, you created some really well-received libraries covering the entire orchestra. What do you have in store for Auddict fans in the not-too-distant future?
We've got a very cool string library coming like round the corner. The only reason it's not out yet is because I'm at NAMM, but it's sort of loads of experimental, loads of atonal stuff, but there's sort of techniques that if an orchestra was to play them, it's not something they could kind of play melodies and stuff with. They're very weird stuff, but obviously when you program it on a keyboard, you can sit down and play tunes. It sounds really awesome. So a bunch of that stuff, and loads and loads of mic positions. We record at Angel Studios in London, so loads of kind of crafting the stereo space and all this kind of thing. And we're definitely going to do drums in the Deep 3, because obviously 1 and 2 keep getting used in productions and films and TV and whatever, so we can't not do number 3. So obviously number 1 was solo instruments. Number 2 was a kind of small ensemble. So number 3, I think we'll hire a huge space, get loads of them, loads more drummers, and that I reckon that will complete the kind of the collection there.
I'm going to go off script here. What brought you to go mad with microphone positions?
My music, definitely. When I started writing music, and I would always go back and listen to like my favorite film music, and the one thing I always noticed was everything sounds so wide, and I can hear the space. Obviously, knowing nothing about it at the time, it was like, oh, everything sounds so 3D, everything sounds so amazing. So that was my kind of thing, and then I started playing with the Haas effect again, not knowing anything about this sort of thing. This was amazing at the time, and that sort of evolved. So with the mic positions, you can get so many different kind of images of the ensemble or the instrument you're using. And yes, the new string library has a lot of mic positions, and it really makes a difference if you're conscious of the so you've got like the theory side and the production side. Spaciousness. If you're conscious of that, you can really mess around with it a lot and get some cool sounds, move things around a lot, automate things, bring bits in and out, all sorts of stuff. So that's down to my kind of geekiness in that area for sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about Hexeract, developing your own standalone plugin, which is always exciting. How has your experience been releasing an instrument while you're still putting the final touches, and how that experience has been for you?
Definitely. So the synth was literally a result of me writing music being, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do this. I mentioned to you before when we were talking that I love sound design. I love recording crazy things and making music out of it. So obviously that can be hours and hours of cutting and moving and pitching and messing around with stuff. So I wanted to create something where you can put a sample in and tweak stuff and instantly kind of have these patterns, like a cool sequencer with multiple samples, or something really spacious, with layers which are out of phase, so you don't get this negative phase cancellation. Simple things which take a lot of time to do. So that was the kind of ground, the foundation of what that was. And then planning all this, we realized, oh, we're making a synthesizer. This is a synthesizer. And we have to make it do everything else as well. And a lot of people kind of bought it and they want a fully built synth. So we thought, well, it's almost there, so let's make it that, So now we're working on that. And we had the one update, and now the next update's basically done. We're just bug testing. Let's let people put their own sample in. And this became, one of the most asked about things and popular things, and we're getting messages, can we do this, can we do this? So we thought, all right, we'll have to do all that. So you can loop the custom sample, it detects loop points, and the interface is improved, and there's all sorts of new features on that.
Besides your own instruments, are there any other sample libraries, software, plugins, any kind of applications that you use that inspired you to think in a different pathway with your own software that you're developing?
I mean, I have to mention FabFilter. It's the one company whose plugins I just use on everything. I mean, the EQ, and every time they add something to it, it's brilliant. I have to mention it.
For those who don't use FabFilter products, can you tell us a little bit about what is?
So the Pro Q, the first version when it came out was brilliant. I mean, the cuts are amazing. Tiniest cuts. You can edit smallest bits out of percussion stuff. I mean, you can change the whole sound and you can make it sound amazing. And you know, when I record stuff and use it in the music, it's really just the toolkit to use to balance everything. Everything else is on top of that for me when I work.
You've talked a little bit about strings coming up. You've talked about updates for Hexeract. Do you have any other thing that you're looking to release in 2018, or any expansions for either Auddict or the Hexeract line?
We're looking to do another brass library. I won't say any more than that. I guess you'll have to see what we release next.
Great. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.